Hello and welcome to a new topic, that is essay. In this lesson we will talk about definition of essay and origin of essay. So let's talk about, and the first point is definition of essay. What's that? The Oxford English Dictionary explains it as a composition of moderate length on any particular subject or branch of a subject. Here the point is that a composition of moderate length. Composition, it refers to writing. Means a type of writing which is of moderate length. When we say moderate length, it means that neither it is too long nor it is too short on any particular subject. Means an essay can be written, or an essay is a type of writing which is neither too long nor too short and can be written on any particular subject, on any specific subject, on any special idea that you have in your mind, or could be written on any branch of a subject. It could be written criticism, poetry, novel, drama, and so on. This we can say as a branch of subject. Now we have another point. Sainsbury described it as a work of prose art. For sure, essay belongs to the creativity of prose art. Means it belongs to the category of prose, not of poetry. We continue. We have some more ideas about the definition of essay. The theme of the essay may touch any department of human thought. That is to say, you can write essay on any topic you like, on any idea you have. We have some more ideas about this. It may be scientific, philosophic, historical, or critical. So essay has a wider area of perception and observation. One may write a scientific essay, may write philosophic essay, may write historical essay, may write critical essay, depending upon the kind of topic you have in your mind. We continue with some more ideas, that is to say, origin of essay. How did essay start? Where did it come from? Let's talk about this. The origin of the essay has generally been attributed to the Roman writers, Cicero and Seneca. So these are the two most important writers, Cicero and Seneca. They are the Roman writers, and normally origin of essay goes back to the era of when they started writing. And you should know that they were versatile writers. They were most prolific writers, and that is why they wrote epistles which are regarded more as essays than letters. Since they were very versatile writers, they wrote letters, and during that time letters were termed as epistles, and those epistles were so versatile, so prolific, so fascinating, so creative that many of the critics term them more as essays than letters. So this could be taken as origin of essay. Now we have some more ideas about origin of essay. However, the art of writing essay took its proper shape with Francis Bacon. And who is Francis Bacon? He is regarded as the father of English essay. So Francis Bacon is known as the father of English essay. In fact, essay took its modern form with Francis Bacon. The word essay comes from the word essays, which means an attempt towards elucidation of the subject. Here we have two ideas. First, this word comes from the word essays, and basically this word means an attempt towards. An attempt means make an effort. So when we write an essay, when we try to explain things, what do? First, we try to make an attempt. We try to think to write upon a particular topic. In the process of making an effort to write something, what do is that we elucidate the subject. We explain the subject. We narrate, we describe the subject. We describe the topic so that the readers understand what the topic we are writing is quite clear and understandable. Basically, what do we do in the essay? Essay is an art in which we as a writer tries to elucidate, try to describe, try to explain the topic upon which we are going to write about. This is basically the idea of the essay. And in modern time, essay is really considered to be a very scientific kind of writing. People try to develop the idea logically. So that is all we have in today's lecture about definition and origin of essay. What is an aphoristic essay? Let's first discuss about what do we mean by aphoristic. First of all, it's an adjective in form, and it refers to a concise a statement of a principle. Concise statement means very compact statement. A statement that is short, brief, and to the point, and which talks about principles of life. It may also refer to a terse formulation of truth or sentiment. Terse, again, it's having the same meaning as compact. Brief. So compact formulation means in short, you formulate a type of sentence that speaks about truth or sentiment toward any aspect of life. And its noun form is aphorism. So aphorism is a noun form of this word aphoristic. Now we continue our discussion. Aphorism, what does it mean? An aphorism is a brief saying or phrase. It is a brief saying or phrase. We have another important point. It expresses an opinion or makes a statement of wisdom. So aphorism is a type of sentence or is a type of saying or phrase which expresses an opinion and makes a statement, formulates a sentence which talks about wisdom of life. That is the point here. The next point is, it is universally accepted as bearing truth. So aphorism is universally acknowledged as a statement which has the shade of speaking the truth to the world. We have some more ideas. It serves to express a truth in a memorable way. Means it makes a statement in such a way about truthfulness of life that you can keep it in your memory for a long time. It's so fascinating, so appealing, and its structure is so beautifully constructed. The words are so beautifully arranged in a sentence that you try to keep them in your memory for a long time. That is the point here. Aphorism is used both in a speech and in writing. So here the point is that the aphorism makes your speech and writing more effective and more persuasive. We have some more ideas now. Continuing our discussion. Examples of aphorism. Like, for example, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This could be one of the best example of aphorism. Actions speak louder than words. Another beautiful example of aphorism. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Another example of aphorism. It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So these are some of the examples of aphorism. What we come to understand through these examples are that the sentences are brief, the words are arranged in the sentence in such a way that they are very memorable, they are very appealing, they speak about some principles of life, truthfulness of life, and they make our speech and writing more effective and more persuasive. That is basically the idea behind aphorism. Now let's talk about what is an aphoristic essay. Now we know what is aphoristic, we know what is aphorism, we also know the examples of aphorism. So this background knowledge will help us. What do we mean by aphoristic essay? The first point is an essay that expresses truth in the fewest possible words. When we say fewest possible words, it means that you don't have freedom to keep on writing, to play with words. You have to be to the point and write exactly what you need to write. We have the next point. An essay that contains a sentence of quotable quality means you write an essay in which every sentence is so compact, so brief, so to the point, so persuasive that every sentence of that essay could be quoted as an important saying. That is the idea here. An essay that is filled with proverbs. So that essay, your way of writing, your every statement, your every sentence in the essay makes your statement as if every sentence is a sort of proverb, a sort of idea you are expressing in a very brilliant way. That is the idea. An essay that does not encourage superfluous words or ideas. We don't have so much of freedom to keep on writing and expressing in the way you like. No. Be brief and be effective in communication. To the point, without playing with words. We have some more ideas about what is an aphoristic essay. Francis Bacon is known to have introduced this kind of essay in English literature. And everybody knows who is Francis Bacon. This type of essay aims at self-revelation. Self-revelation means that there is some ideas you want to express in your own way to the world. Self-revelation is something that you have your own perception of the world and you want to reveal it to the people in your own way. Self-revelation is your inner ideas, your inner feeling, and you try to express it in your own manner. It is very subjective and personal in nature. So aphoristic essay is very subjective and very personal in nature, not objective, not logical, but it has its own objectivity and logical way to conclude things. It contains the theme of virtues, goodness, and strong moral character. So when we say theme of virtues means theme of goodness, theme of strong moral character. We talk about goodness of life, goodness of friendship. We talk about the beauty of relationship. We talk about the beauty of love, beauty of friendship, and so on. We have some more ideas about what is an aphoristic essay. The style of Francis Bacon remains for the main part aphoristic. So Francis Bacon is considered to be one of the most famous essayists as far as aphoristic essay is concerned. So most of the essays of Francis Bacon, you can say that most of the sentences appear to be aphoristic, appear to be very brief, to the point, memorable, and so on. That is why he is one of the most quotable of writers. And this is one of the reasons why the statement of Francis Bacon is often quoted everywhere. There is a terseness of expression and brevity in the essays of Bacon. So Francis Bacon is also famous for his brevity, for his terseness in expression. That is to say, he does not prolong, he does not express the idea in a lengthy way. He does not spend so many words to express an idea. In fact, he does the opposite. He expresses big idea in a very short, brief, and exact manner. We have the next point. His sentences are brief and rapid, but they are also forceful. So his sentences are brief, but they are also very swift. They move fast. There is a flow, and at the same time, this makes his writing very forceful, very effective, and it appeals to our heart and to our mind. That is the idea. And that's why Dean Church, he says, they come down like the strokes of a hammer. So the sentences of Francis Bacon are like the strokes of a hammer, so effectively having its influence upon our heart and mind in understanding the truthfulness of life. This is all about what is an aphoristic essay. What is critical essay? We will talk about meaning of critical essay, definition of critical essay, evolution, examples, and functions of critical essay. So let's talk about first, that is meaning of critical essay. So we have divided the whole concept into three different words, that is to say critical, essay, and critical essay. So let's first talk about critical. What does it mean? The word critical refers to a way of thinking that contains careful and analytical evaluation. So critical means your way of evaluating something critically, logically, scientifically, without having any sort of subjectivity. And then we have the word essay, comes from the word essayus, which means an attempt towards elucidation of the subject. An attempt, that is to say, a sort of effort you make to explain the subject matter, or that is how we explain things in the essay. And to put together, the critical essay refers to an essay that elucidates and evaluates a literary piece critically. So this is about meaning of critical essay. Now we continue. Definition of critical essay. What is the definition? Let's talk about it. A type of essay that analyzes an existing piece of work objectively. So objectivity is the most important criterion in this type of essay. A type of essay that determines author's purpose in writing a piece with backed up evidence. So when you write a critical essay, or the entire definition of critical essay is that it must prove with backed up evidence whatever point of view you have. We have the next. A type of essay that revolves around major themes of a literary piece. We continue our discussion, that is to say, evolution of critical essay. How did critical essay start historically? Critical essays in English started with Samuel Johnson. That's all. We have some more ideas. It was, however, Matthew Arnold who laid down the canons of literary critical essays. We have some more ideas. That is to say, Matthew Arnold, he claimed that critical essays should be interpretative and that there should not be any bias or sympathy in criticism. So Matthew Arnold, he put his own way of explaining what are the things should be included in critical essays, and the first thing he pointed out is that critical essays must be interpretative. It must interpret, it must explain things without any sort of involvement of your own feeling and bias or any sort of sympathy with the subject matter. You should be neutral. You should look at the piece as it is, or rather that as it should be. That is the idea here. We continue our discussion. That is examples of critical essay. Let's see. On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth by Thomas De Quincey is one of the best examples of critical essay. This essay, that is to say, On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth, the essay is about his criticism of Macbeth, a play by William Shakespeare. This essay critically sheds light on Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and their thinking. We have another example, a critical essay on Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises by Richard Nordquist. And what is this all about? The essay analyzes all the characters of the novel critically in an interpretative way. Now we move on to the next item. That is to say, functions of critical essay. And what are the functions? Let's talk. A critical essay intends to convey specific meanings of a literary text to a specific audience. So, critical essay is not intended for all sorts of audience. We have a specific sort of audience, and we have the specific text upon which we are writing essay critically. This specific audience is knowledgeable people, scholarly people. They are academic people. They already have a lot of knowledge about literature and its background. A critical essay aims at the merits and demerits of the literary texts. And the most important purpose or function behind critical essay is that it talks about the merits, advantages, the good side of a literary text or demerits of the literary text. That is to say, in what way that literary piece failed to impress the people, influence the people. That is the idea. We have some more ideas about functions of critical essay. It also makes an intellectual attempt to put different shades and nuances of critical meanings to the text. So critical essay adds a lot of new meanings to the text. In fact, it enlightens the text. Sometimes there is a text which is very abstract, which is not understandable to the common reader. The meaning is very difficult to derive. So critical essay dives into all those hidden shades of meaning and brings out the idea to the reader in a very critical manner, objective. That is the idea. We have the next. The major function of a critical literary essay is to convince people to appreciate a literary text for reasons are good in the essay. So critical essay has also a very fundamental function, that is to say, to convince people, to influence people, to motivate people to appreciate a literary text. Because critical essay is a sort of mirror to the text, to the literary piece for the readers, for the audience, for the people. Sometimes there is a text which is not very easy to understand. So the critical essay helps us to look at that text objectively, logically, and it really helps us to appreciate what the refinement, what the beauty of literary text is all about. That is the idea. What is a periodical essay? We will discuss about meaning of periodical essay, history of periodical essay, purpose of periodical essay, form of periodical essay, subject matter of periodical essay, and examples of periodical essay. Now let's discuss each one of them in detail. The first one is meaning of periodical essay. The periodical essay, as the name itself suggests, appears periodically. Periodically here it means from time to time, at regular intervals. In other words, we can say it is published at intervals of fixed time in magazines or journals. We have some more ideas. It is not written in a book form. We have the next point, history of periodical essay. The 18th century is considered the great age of the periodical essay in English literature. There's nothing complicated to explain. We have some more ideas. The most famous periodical essayists of the 18th century are, the first one is Joseph Addison, The second one is Richard Steele. Third one is Samuel Johnson. And the fourth one is Oliver Goldsmith. We have some more ideas about the same, that is to say, purpose of periodical essay. What is the aim? What are the objectives of writing periodical essay? The purpose of writing a periodical essay is the moral improvement of the society. We have some more ideas about the responsibility of the essayist is to inform the public with richness of his imagination and ideas about existing social evils and challenges. Now we move on to the next, that is to say, form of periodical essay. A periodical essay is a short work of non-fiction. We have some more ideas. Periodical essays are relatively long and reflective. When we say reflective, that is to say thought-provoking, thoughtful. We have some more ideas. They are compiled by a publisher or editor by assembling works commissioned from or submitted by several authors. We have some more ideas. Subject matter of periodical essay. What is the content of periodical essay? Ideas of periodical essay. The first one is the subject matter varies in wide range of thoughts. They include current events, social commentary, and fashion. We have some more ideas. They may also deal with geographic and architectural features of London and childhood memories and whatever other reverie enters the author's mind. Here, that is to say that the subject matter of periodical essay is in wide range. It may include your ideas regarding geographical locations. You may also write periodical essay about architecture, about your childhood memories, and about whatever enters your mind as a writer. Means periodical essay has a wide range of ideas to include. Now move on to the next, that is to say examples of periodical essay. Tatler, a periodical launched in London by Sir Richard Steele, a very famous example of periodical essay. We have the next one, A Spectator, a periodical launched by both Joseph Addison and Sir Richard Steele. We have Essays of Elia, published in the London magazine by Charles Lamb. These are some of the most famous examples of periodical essay. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.